BTS Bias. Here we are, the most important question and answer here. You asked, I'm answering, we're here, let's go. Welcome to yet another Romsky video. Today we are answering, I am answering all your questions. Some of you guys are new viewers. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Romsky. I'm a figure skater, a Canadian figure skater, and I figure skate. Or at least I'm trying to at this point. I don't know. 2020 is weird, man. A couple weeks ago, I posted my Instagram story. You guys had your questions. I'm providing answers, but like, wow, the questions were a lot. Like, there are a lot. Like, there's enough questions here for like, I don't even know, like 4 Q&As. That's good. That's always good. So thank you for the questions. If you guys don't get it answered, don't worry. Try again next time, and maybe I'll get your question. First question of the day: have you ever had noseblood? I'm assuming a nosebleed. I get nosebleeds like a lot. This year so far I haven't, but I literally have a hygrometer, whatever it's called, that like tests your humidity in your room. I travel with that thing because anywhere I go, if it dips below 40%, my nose just drips like a faucet, like blood-wise. So yes, I actually have a massive problem with that, and I actually travel with a humidifier. Any of my roommates at competitions would tell you. Would you try a quad-quad combination? Honestly, personally, I would not. I would try, and I have tried, quad sow, half lube quad sow. I think if I tried it enough times, I could pull it off. The key is to really go like really fast and then still maintain the speed to have enough for the second one. I've done them cheated, but I could probably do it if I tried hard enough, but like it's not time right now, but maybe I could do that. Quad, that's out of the books for me. Do figure skaters have a lot of free time? No. Right now, yes, but generally, no. MacBook Pro verdict, after using it for several months. It has become the gateway for me into the Apple ecosystem. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I might jump a little deeper into the ecosystem in a couple weeks. But anyway, as a whole, I like it. Where do you see yourself in A, 5 years, and B, 10 years? In 5 years, I see myself being internet famous, and in 10 years, I see myself like double as famous. Do you personally know Javier Fernandez? Not very well. I mean, I've trained with him for a little bit, but not very well. Sneak peek of your new long program? What is your favorite anime of all time? If you watched past videos, I would have always said Attack on Titan. I've been reading the manga. Okay, thank you. I've been reading the manga. At this point, I don't even know anymore. I'm not going to spoil anything, but basically where it's going right now is a very good representation of where 2020 is going right now. So I'm just going to leave it at that. How would you describe 2020 in 3 words? Epic, unexpected, trash. And I say epic because I had good moments in 2020, but basically only in the first little bit of 2020, and then it went downhill really fast. Do you think they will have the 2021 Figure Skating World Championships? Honestly, I have no idea. I hope so. I really hope so. If they don't, I have no idea how they're going to determine how many spots there are for the 2022 Olympics in Beijing. I don't even know if they're going to have the 2022 Olympics in Beijing. Tokyo was delayed to this year. I don't think that's going to happen this year, so that might happen next year, but I don't know if that's going to happen next year. It's honestly all up in the open. Nobody really knows. Just recently, I think the EU just said Canadians can't travel to Europe. I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure EU just said no Canadians. So if that stays up until March, I don't see how we could even go because, well, it's in Sweden, so. 2020 sucks, man. Why don't skaters announce their music? Is there a rule to keep it secret until a certain time? Not really. This totally depends per skater/team. If they want to release it, they can do so. In this case, ISU just spilled all the beans for me, basically. And I knew this was going to happen. I sort of expected it because they changed the whole music submission process and the whole ISU bio process. Now it's an online submission through just an online form. And as I was submitting it, it's almost like a live update. And you have to do it. There's like a certain due date that you have to update it. Part of me knew that after I did that, in 2 days, it would show up on the internet. And there was nothing I could do. And I knew it was going to happen. But personally, it's just I like to sort of, I don't really care if people find out. It's more so I like teasing you guys and making you wait. That's more or less what it is. What podcasts have you been into lately? Honestly, I don't really listen to podcasts. The only one I've ever gone into was an MKBHD podcast, which is like a tech podcast. I think most of you wouldn't be that interested, but that's the only one I actually listen to. It's on Spotify. I don't know what to tell you. If you could pick one jump to have consistent forever, which would it be? Well, I guess quad axle. If I could just magically do it that way, then yeah, that's what I would do. This is an interesting question. Do you ever get sick or tired of skating? Is it always a joy to skate? Now, I'm gonna phrase it this way. I don't ever get sick of skating in the sense that like I hate skating. I do get frustrated with skating. There are times where I'm just really exhausted and cannot fully invest myself, for example, into a session. So there's that. But I wouldn't ever say that I'm like sick of skating, like to the stomach. I'm like, ugh, you know. I don't feel that way about skating, but I do definitely get times where I'm like, I cannot get myself to move, and it's not really the anger towards skating. It's just more so like I've dragged this on for too long. Let's move on. Overall, I like skating. Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure skating? How do you deal with pressure / nerves? The pressure I feel skating is like immense, and it's not necessarily what the competition is. It can be even like a smaller summer competition. It could be an ice show. It can be any situation that I'm there to perform. And for me personally, anytime I'm there to perform, I want to be as good as I can be for whatever people I'm performing for. I think that's natural to any performer out there. And whoever doesn't feel that way, I think just don't care. But every time I go out there, I want to bring out my like 150% and give the absolute best that I can. And, you know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But the pressure gets just more and more and more every time you compete. I hate to say this, but for those of you who feel that way, who are also skaters, it doesn't get better. You just kind of learn to sort of deal with it and just kind of have it as the fact that it is, if that makes any sense. You go into a competition knowing you're going to feel atrocious and knowing you're gonna feel abnormal. You can try to fight it, but if you like really care about what you do, you're going to freak out. But that's okay. At NHK, I was freaking out. Nationals this year, I was freaking out. It's just the way it is. But actually, when I'm saying freaking out, it's more so pre-game stress, at least for me. It's like waiting to go on the ice or waiting between practice and competing, that stuff. Once you're on the ice, yes, you're nervous, but you're there, right? You're in the moment, you're performing. That's the best part, right? That's sort of your destination. That like last, even I'd say for me, nationals this year, 2 weeks going into it was kind of like neurotic. It's just like your nerves start going weird. And it's all that pre-game stress, which is much, much worse for me than, let's say, performance stress. Once I'm there, yes, I'm nervous, but it's not as bad. Is your hair the longest it has ever been? Not quite. I'm getting really close to it again. But I'd say it was longer a couple months ago. And I've discovered that it's sort of this threshold, right? So when I skate, it goes down. As long as it goes past my eyeballs, it's actually not terrible. I could actually jump like this. I'll be fine. If it's sort of in between, it has to be either above or like below. If it's somewhere in between my eyes, that's where it starts killing me. If it starts stabbing, I can't do anything. Gotta throw the headband on, let it grow out a little longer, then you're fine. But yes, this is probably I've gone a little longer than this. I could go longer. It just becomes a little bit of a hassle. What's the scariest jump you've ever learned? Honestly, I would say none of the jumps are actually that scary. The scariest part is trying it for the first time. Once you try it that first time, usually actually, the first time you ever try a jump, it's like really good. Like not always, but quite often, it's like that beginner's luck. I swear beginner's luck is a real phenomenon. Like it's a very real thing. Then the next day it gets significantly worse for some reason. But then after that, jumps are not as scary for me. Okay, people are different. BTS Bias. Here we are, the most important question and answer here. For me, at this point, it's between Jimin and V. I'm leaning towards V. How sharp do you like your blades? Going by radius of the hollow. I don't remember what I do. I do the standard one. Whatever is the most common one, that's the one I do. I believe it's 1/2 inch. I honestly don't know. Whatever is the most common one, that's the one I use. I don't do anything fancy. I've experimented with it before. I tried to go deeper once. It was okay. I mean, I didn't feel a huge difference. Maybe I would have to go deeper even, but it's fine. Whatever, the regular one's fine. It'll be fine for you. Don't overthink it. All I'm gonna say is really don't overthink it. What camera and software for editing? I love it when people ask me these questions. The camera I use to shoot all these vlogs is the Sony a7 III, and the editing software that I use is Final Cut Pro for 99% of stuff that I do. And this changed. I used to be a PC editor. I have a PC right here. I still use it, but I'm on the go all the time. So the best way to edit videos on the go, in my opinion, it's not exactly accurate anymore, but at the time, Final Cut was way faster than everything else. I would still argue it's still faster, especially for mobile application. I use Final Cut Pro to edit. If I need to do something really serious, if I'm doing actual work, which I am doing a little bit of, I would use DaVinci Resolve. It's actually free. You don't need the paid version, but it's a free software. So anyone who wants a really, really good video editing software that's completely free, DaVinci Resolve. Epic stuff, great stuff, professional grade, like very, very professional grade software if you guys want to play with something. But yes, if I need to do anything for real and I need to do real color work, that's what I'm going to use. Can you upload a video of your long program? When did you land your first triple axel? 15. Nationals is pushed back so it can be live, but do you think it's actually going to happen? I have no idea. Honestly, at this point, who knows? Like, who knows? That's it. I'm done. Those are all the questions for today. I think I got through a lot, to be honest. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. Thanks for all the questions. If you guys didn't get your question in, ask again or ask more next time, and I will get to it. I am working on a very, very special video right now. I'm just crushing through that edit, and it's looking pretty good, and I think you guys will like it. Like this video if you liked it. Helps me out. Disliked it. Helps me less. Hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next video.